Hey, it's another VA update. I did not want to be doing all these VA updates. Not something I anticipated on doing, but you guys are curious, so you might remember I did a video a week or two ago, and I had gone through all these phone calls, and I finally sorted it out. Somehow they screwed up my address, and I wasn't getting my mail from them. Well, I got it yesterday, and what I was waiting for was the reasons why they denied that PTSD claim. I also never really got any reasons why they denied the ankle issue. So, still didn't give me enough information. Basically, what they're saying is there's couple little paragraphs here on this paper, but the reason basically is insufficient evidence is available at this time to support a link between current symptoms and occurrence of the in-service traumatic event. That's basically what they're saying. And there's a bunch of other stuff here, but that's the gist of it. So there's okay. Well, have me go in and talk to another person. Now, this is not enough evidence or enough information for my guy to really base an appeal on. I was texting with him last night. So what I did today was I called the VA again. I got a woman this time also who was pretty good, and I said to her, I asked her, I said, "Can I get a copy of the actual report from when I was talking to the head shrinker? You know, like what he said, what was in his report, because we know the guy that's going to help me with this, with the appeal and everything, is a veteran. He also worked for the VA. He was a raider for the VA, and he knows people who work in the VA, so he's got inside information there. And when I had my appointment initially, when I talked to him, he told me, he said, I saw the report, and they gave you a 70% disability rating on your PTSD. And then it got denied. So we don't know. Somebody in there said this. Now, everything I said to that guy, my whole story, I'd written up a whole multi-page thing that the VA has, and the psychologist, psychiatrist, whoever it was I spoke with, had all that on his computer, even though the VA said that they didn't have that or it wasn't the right way, and I had to refill out the forms where I tried to condense all that information into little tiny boxes on the form. So I had that as well, and I guess he had that too, but he had the whole story. So we went through all that stuff, and I had a few epiphanies talking with him. I hadn't really, I might have said it in a video before, but one of the big things for me was the fact, the way that they kind of railroaded me when I was in there and made my life so miserable that they got me to agree to a situation that they kind of forced me into, where they were, I guess I signed it under duress, you could say. They kind of forced me to sign this paper saying I had all these pre-existing conditions, so I couldn't get any medical benefits. And that's literally what they told me to my face at the time. So that paper's in my records. Now, when I went to the guy with my ankles, my file was up on his computer right when I walked in his office, and he's looking at it, and the first words out of his mouth, you guys have heard me say this already, were, "They railroaded you. I can see what they did here." So when I spoke with the woman today, she was very cool. She was very apologetic. So apparently, what's going on with me right now is not the same exact instance. Like, I think my time in service, very short time in service, is atypical of most people. But what is common, apparently, is this back and forth with the VA having to request forms to request information that they should just give you. They should just be giving you this already. Every time I spoke with somebody on the phone to get this information right here, which is nothing, I told them what I was looking for, and nobody said, well, you can request the whole thing. So that's what I did. So I just got the email. I have to send that to my client who can print it for me. Don't have a printer. And then I have the form, and I can request both the report from the guy that did my medical review for the ankles, and I can request the report from the head shrinker guy for the PTSD report, and then we'll have that. We'll know what those guys actually said, and I think that'll be what my guy will need. It's okay, look, all this stuff was written. Here's why these things should have went through, but for some reason, some bureaucrat working for the VA just said no and said no. And this is why you guys have told me to keep pushing, because apparently this is a common thing, and this is all new to me. I don't know. So that's what's happening. It's just a quick one. It's not over. But I can understand why people get frustrated and eventually give up in some way, I suppose. And it just makes all this stuff take that much longer. The good news is, whenever I talk to them, it takes about a week or two to get the stuff. And then even when I had my reviews, it's only within a matter of weeks that I get an answer about that. It's just the rigmarole of not getting everything each time. I got to go here for this now. There's probably something else I'm missing that I'm going to have to call them again and go, well, now I need a form for this. Oh, by the way, I need this now. And then eventually we'll have everything we need. And then my guy will be like, okay, because he knows all the right ways to put things to help you get your maximum benefit based on reality. None of this is bullshit. I'm not faking anything. There's no fraud going on here. So that's it. Quick one. All right. Now you know what's going on. I just have to keep you guys apprised of the situation, and I'll be sending this to my guy too. So that's it. Have a great day. Be kind to one another, and I'll catch you in the next one. Never give up, never surrender. Adapt, improvise, overcome.